Before I say anything, let's let the 0 to 60 of 1.68 sit in. Let's let the quarter mile run of 8.6 seconds settle in at 160 miles an hour at trap speed. Alright, so for all of the people who still want to say that the ZR1 and ZR1X, I'm going to throw both into the same conversation for the sake of keeping this simple. Are they still not hypercars? Because at this point, a hypercar is the only thing that can keep up with it. Supercars are gone now. They can't do anything anymore. You got what? 296? That's a supercar. Right? That's an entry supercar. You got the 911. People don't want to call that a supercar, but it is. You got what? None of the Lamborghinis can keep up at this point. You got the Revolto in a straight line, sure. And these are things I'm comparing to the ZR1. The ZR1X, it's a hypercar. Bar none, it's a hypercar. The performance is outdoing hypercars. It's running sub 2 seconds on street tires, doing an 8.6 quarter mile on street tires. You want a comparison for that? You got the Demon 170 making, 1,025 horsepower, something like that, similar to the ZR1. And that's running slower. And that's on slicks and skinnies up front with a front seat removed with a trans brake. On cheater fuel. Now the ZR1X is hybrid, all-wheel drive. You know, you got 128 something in the front for the electric motor, and you got 1,064 in the back with the twin turbo V8, right? I cannot think of a car that isn't going to bankrupt most people. And that's not saying much, because the ZR1X is going to start at $209,000, which is still nuts for this level of power, performance, and prestige. If you want to go beyond drag strip, a 0 to 60 of 1.68, that's disgusting. You're feeling like, I am not a physics master or major or anything, so I'm going to say you're feeling about 1.5 Gs. Yeah, you're going to feel about 1.5 Gs off of a launch alone. That's clearly on a prep surface, obviously, but dude, that's still nasty as hell. Like, it does. What do you even do? Like, if you're outside and you run you street racing or some shit, right? You went down to Mexico. What do you do when a ZR1X lines up next to you? Like, if you want to go stock for stock, what are you buying to compete with this car? And it's not like the Corvette has any competition in its price range. None. Go above, go 500,000, nothing. Higher, still nothing. You need to crack $1 million plus to have a car that can go stock for stock with a Corvette now. Let that sit in for everybody who's still, it's not a hypercar, it's not a supercar. You're stupid. You're stupid. It's not a hypercar because it doesn't cost me $1 million plus. You're stupid. It's not a hypercar because anybody can get one. You're stupid. If a car can reach supercar status based off of performance and where the engine is placed and the type of powertrain, then performance alone is enough for the Corvette to be considered a hypercar or a supercar. Bar none. The numbers speak for themselves. You want to go beyond the numbers? The performance it puts down speaks for itself. Like, this car has just made history. The C8 platform as a whole is just legendary now.